happened. I cannot believe it. I'm going to say it out loud. Whoa. Yeah, I know. I've just got out of bed. Stop it. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Look at him. Look at that. I've got stuff everywhere. Yeah, doing right. Right. Wow. Can you believe what we've just heard? 2 episodes. William Hartnell, Dalek Master Plan. How many months have we been looking at missing episodes? Will it happen? Are they scamming us? What's happening with Phil of Miss Fabulous? And now we get the news. Hello, everybody. I've got a panel. They're all excited. Some were in bed. Some were about to go to bed. Some have just got out of bed. But we're Doctor Who fans, and we don't care. We don't even care if our hair's all over the shop, because we've got to talk about this. So let myself get back into position. So let me get John on. He's just been doing his Sci-Fi Chronicles stuff. Hiya, John.
Hey. Yeah, well, apparently something important's happened tonight, and you know, as I was heading off to the land of nods, suddenly I found out there was some very good news. So that's me up for the rest of the night.
You can't do it. You can't. I mean, God, I don't know. I've got washed and everything. Right. Okay. So let's have a look, and we'll go quickly. Christian, good to see you, Christian.
Howdy, howdy. Good to be here. Good to hear some good news finally.
Oh, this is
good.
This is fab news, and we'll make the quartet. Hello, Boomer Doug.
Hello. I noticed everyone was wearing hats, so I thought I'd join in.
Yeah, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. First of all, everybody, I will go through the news with you, but the other thing is, you know, you can see we've got a new set and we've gone 4K and everything. I was going to launch the live proper on Saturday night, 10 o'clock, BBC Bombshell. That's still happening. Christian's in on it as well. But it just so happens that the best news a Doctor Who fan could ever have is here, and we'll do it with this. So here we go, lads. Here we go. Just butt in when you want. It's not going to be structured in that way. Two Dalek episodes of Doctor Who have been found. Hallelujah. So what else have we found out here? Right. Well, this is a state of play, everybody. In green are the missing episodes of Dalek Master Plan, and I've shown the first lot there. Mission to the Unknown, the first one, as in The Nightmare Begins, has been found. Devil's Planet, Part 3, has been found. So what you've got as a Doctor Who fan, and I say this all the time, is I love to get your Part 1s. This joins with the Mission to the Unknown, then the Nightmare. Right, so you've got Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, all together. There's a touch of the Traitors from Blue Peter, and then we've got counter. Whoa, John, do you want to go first? What do you reckon?
I'm just selfish, and I want it all now. All of it back right now, right this moment. I want it on iPlayer in about 35 minutes. That's it. Sorry. I'm staying up tonight. That's it. I'm afraid.
And I will
put the chase on in a minute.
I will talk to the thread in a minute, because you know, Doctor Who fans want to share in the news. You might have seen it at the time. Boomer Doug, he was old then, so he's seen it all. So Christian,
I'll talk about that in a minute, but go on.
Christian, a part one of the Dalek Master Plan.
It's hard to get better than the opening of a story, because you're setting the universe in place, and to get one of those, it does set the stage. It does set the tone. I'm very happy to have this back. I do, though, kind of feel like John. I'm impatient. I want it all. And I don't want to wait for drips and drabs. I want it all now. Well, not now. I want it immediately, if not yesterday. And I'm impatient for the rest. Does that sound about right?
It does. Well, there is news about that. In April, some lucky Doctor Who fans are going to see it. So I'll give you all the news in a minute. But hiya, Boomer Doug. Did you see this at the time?
I was about 40 when it came out. I wasn't. Well, that was a joke. I actually, my boomer brain is fading, and I don't remember it. But I did read, and please, super fans, correct me. I don't think it was actually screened in Australia because it was deemed too violent or something. So I've only ever seen what you guys have seen. So I probably wouldn't have remembered it anyway, but I don't think it was broadcast here in Australia. So please correct
No,
me.
I was
thread if I'm
reading
wrong.
about that once Brendan broke the news to me, and so I started to read about it, and then I saw. I don't think it was aired in
Okay.
Australia, and it was
Yeah.
because of potential violence.
That's
Right,
it.
well, here
That's
we
it.
go. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'll give you the news. I'll quickly go
Yep.
through some of our threads who are either in bed, just woke up. I don't know where you are in the world. With Doctor Who fans, Andrew Thomas. As a fan of classic Doctor Who, I really wanted more episodes of Dalek's Master Plan that was found with Nick Courtney. Wee. Andrew Thomas, the 3 episodes I have had on DVD in the Lost Episodes collection is fine, but this makes it a whole lot better. People are feeling the happiness. Phantom Cat, wasn't expecting this tonight. I wasn't. I was in bed. Tomboy Chick, good thing I'm awake. I don't think you're going to be able to sleep now after this, Wendy. Clay, Dalek's Master Plan has always been my holy grail after Evil of the Daleks. Me and Stefan did a special. Please check that out again. We looked at the missing episodes and the Daleks Master Plan. We signed and sealed. I'll show you clips from it. Clay, Brendan, you're sounding like Sylvester McCoy. I've gone all doolally.
Your ass.
Andrew Thomas, I wish that 4 episodes. Well, maybe that's next, Andrew. 1, 2, 3. We've got 25 minutes plus 25 plus 25. We've got 70. I know the credits now. We've got about 70 minutes of Doctor Who all joined up. Oh, of Dalek Master Plan. Yeah. Peter Harrington, get that animation done for the missing episodes now.
No. I'm going to go full conspiracy now that they've actually found even more. That they're holding, they're keeping their powder dry on an animation.
Well, yeah. Well, here we go. So here we go. Lost Doctor Who episodes. I had to check it wasn't April the 1st. Lost Doctor Who episodes found in an eclectic collection. Isn't that always the way? So here we go. A cardboard box found in the collector's ramshackle collection of vintage films contained 2 episodes of Doctor Who that have not been viewed since Doug was a whippersnapper. The episodes feature the first incarnation of the Doctor, played by William Hartnell. Perfect. Peter Purves, there's not many of him. Brilliant. Was invited to the Phoenix Cinema in Leicester on Wednesday under false pretenses to view the 2 episodes, and he said, "My flabber has never been so gasted." I tell you what, that's one way of putting it, lads.
What a lovely thing, though, eh? The fact that they lured him there. Complete surprise to him. I really do hope that they've recorded his reaction to
when I read about his surprise, his reaction, I became acutely emotional.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to put myself in his shoes, having lost that wonderful gem in his history and actually being able to see it by surprise. That must have been what a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
fantastic.
I know. He's 87, and for him to be able to connect with a younger self, memories of him and William Hartnell, memories of him playing against the Daleks. Come on.
Wonderful.
Yes, I can see it. So anyway, we've got more of this amazing epic space opera. I just want to get the juices going, lads. Here we go.
I am Zephon. The master of the 5th galaxy has...
You seem lost, Representative Zephon. Here's your place next to me.
The 7th meeting of in sessions. I have important news.
Hot taser lady.
Well, sorry for adding that bit, but of course I had it ready from ages ago. So
Is that the special edition that's coming out? Is it?
Yeah, that's the animated special.
If current Bad Wolf had the opportunity to do that special edition, they would.
Well, people are liking Peter Purves' reaction, so I think that would be a seller if we saw the in an extra that. Andrew Thomas, if they do make it in animation, I prefer the animation from the Invasion and the Moon Base.
100%. Yeah.
So there you go. So we'll keep going with the news. So two of the same story, and they join the dots. So let's carry on. Here we go. Restored versions of the episodes will be released on BBC iPlayer this Easter. That's only a month away. The first episode, titled The Nightmare Begins, was part of the third season of Doctor Who and was aired in November 1965. The second recovered episode, Devil's Planet, was broadcast 2 weeks later. Like I said, episode 1 to join episode 2 and 3. You can actually get stuck into the Dalek's master plan. We've heard it on the audio, no doubt, but you can now actually get into the story. You can see how it began. You can see how it built up, and you can see the early Terry Nation ones, because Terry Nation, as you know, did episodes 1 to 6, and then Dennis Spooner took over. So we've got good old Terry Nation doing what he's good at. He can tell an epic. And so we've got the early things there. I mean, I am ecstatic. If you, Power of the Daleks maybe would have topped it, or 10th Planet Part 4 maybe, but this is very high up on the list.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, anytime you go back for classic Dalek stories, particularly in the 60s, when you had your initial Dalek craze, Dalek mania, these are golden qualifiers for true epic Doctor Who. You want these back.
Absolutely, it's the height of Dalek mania when this came out. I'm not sure when I'm going to get to see it legally though. It goes on iPlayer, but there's no mention about an overseas release. I'm guessing there'll be a Blu-ray or a DVD or something.
There's going to have to be something, yeah. I don't know if this is... You think, why? What's going on here? You know, I was getting people write to me saying, there's been no announcement, there's been no nothing. John, I'm quite surprised at this in a funny sort of way. We were expecting some massive announcement, you know, like Philip Morris, bless him, has talked about this and said, you know, it actually... The BBC tried to coincide with the 50th and it all got a bit kind of hyper. And that's when things went a bit awry. But this has kind of just slipped out.
It has. And the question I was going to ask you guys as well is, how long have they had these episodes in their possession? Because let's be honest, you know, we talk about patience, but because when you recover something, and I'm no expert, but you've got to check for vinegar syndrome, you've got to check that they're in good condition, make sure before you can even put it on a projector. So now we're talking a month away. They're going to be putting them on iPlayer for Easter. So they must have had them a while to put to get them into a condition to put out.
Yes, this is what I kept trying to say to people. Because of Philip Morris being friends with Film is Fabulous, Philip Morris had said to me, he's talked to them. He wouldn't say anything to me, of course he wouldn't, but he did say you'll be very pleased with the result and just let them do it. So as you say, John, let them clean it up. Let them sort it all out. They have to actually do the deal to make sure that the people who owned it, as in, and not the BBC, but the ones who actually got their hands on it, are happy to give it back or happy to share it. They've got to do it properly. Film is Fabulous are in that difficult position, and they've said that dance is hard because, you know, the BBC copyright is theirs.
Yeah.
But you know,
I would theorize that part of the pressure that everyone is under is we are really in a fallow period for Doctor Who. I mean, the last other news related to it was the poison chalice and the inability to find someone who's willing to take on the mantle and the burden that is attached to it now. So everything's stalled until what, September? So here we've got this dead zone, and I'm sure they were chomping at the bit to release this information because this helps fill the gap.
Yeah.
All I got from people, you know, I might do a, you know, I'll leak that the tea lady saw something at Bad Wolf, you know, that kind of thing. And, you know, that's the level of it at the moment. And everybody keeps saying, Brendan, yeah, it's all tittle tattle, but really, if we could just hear about a missing episode, please. And I thought, well, yeah, that would be the game changer. And not one, but two from the same story. And like I said, we've now got 1, 2, and 3. That's a nice little arc, you know. So
I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it, though,
No.
in my mind. And I'll tell you why. And again, this is me going into overexcited mode. But what are the odds that they announced that are coming out at Easter 2 Dalek stories straight away?
Oh, mate.
Now,
You're right.
what about other stories potentially? Now, from a PR marketing point of view, what's a story that's going to get people really excited to get out first? Is it 2 Dalek episodes? I would say yes. So, you know, these people, as you said, Brendan, they're taking their time. They're working through so much stuff at the moment. I can't see. Look, remember growing up, I remember people saying to me how almost impossible it was going to be to ever see any other episodes of Master Plan. And I never thought I'd see them in my lifetime.
Yeah.
We're now talking tonight officially. They found another 2 episodes of Master Plan. So if they found 2 more episodes of Master Plan, which I believe from memory, correct me if I'm wrong, are the very rare episodes to find, what does that say about the positivity of potentially finding the other ones?
And and obviously what stunning work Film is Fabulous is doing, because they're actually
100%.
trying to, after 62 years, we're starting to find stuff. Lamin here, it was great news to hear that some lost episodes were found a few months ago. I was expecting the Space Pirates, but the Daleks Master Plan is an incredible find. Best news for Doctor Who in ages. And Dalek Shalom drip feed us discovered episodes. Yeah, you see, this is what's interesting, because I thought they'd be desperately trying to get something on Blu-ray or DVD. Now, John, you might be onto something. If they've just released 2 Easter BBC iPlayer, I know America and I know Australia are going, what about us? I'm sure they'll announce something. So they're slipping it onto BBC iPlayer. No big headline, no big drama. That's weird. That makes me, I do think, John, you're onto something, that the bigger one is going to come. This is kind of getting us salivating, whetting our appetite, because surely you know that we'd all want to buy these episodes. So the point is, there's something else going on here. They did say several. I remember when I did the show, they said several episodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is 2.
Brendan, what if this is part of what I would consider a staggered release? So April, we get this. What if the next round would be in June? You got a couple more. So the idea is to try and keep the energy level up. If everything's out at once and then you've got a long dead zone before there's any news about filming in October,
there was also the issue that I can see that there was starting to be a tide of fans going, this is a load of crap. Oh, I'm getting sick of this. And I think there was that, edge going. So I think to lance the boil, we've got those 2. They haven't rushed it, and they wouldn't do. They wouldn't be that silly, because obviously they want it to be broadcastable. As John said, they'll have sorted it out, tidied it up, no doubt. Dave Curry here. Amazing news. 2 episodes of Dalek's Master Plan. Crazy good news. Cheers to everyone, and cannot wait for April the 4th. You must be in Britain. Let's have a look. Andrew Thomas, my other favourite lost story, Highlanders. I mean, nobody ever mentions Highlanders regarding a clue, or it just seems to be very lost, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was going to say to you guys as well, this has been a really good week for me, because I got confirmation my season 21 set has been dispatched, which I was really excited about that. And now we've had these 2 episodes announced tonight. Of how I've been in the doldrums about Doctor Who for the last few years, it's just wonderful just to be able to just take it in and just think I'm going to be seeing some Hartnell episodes that I've never seen. Yeah. It's wonderful.
I mean, this is like, Indiana Jones. This is like, we've found something that is unseen since the original. I mean, and of course already I'm thinking I don't want to watch. I'm not going to binge watch them. I'm not going to binge watch them. I'm sorry. When you've waited 60 years, I'm not going to watch them in half an hour. No.
I will. and again, I'll be on loop.
Oh, God. Well, here, I'll give everybody another taster of this great Dalek master plan epic. And of course, it'll just give you a teaser. And I think we've got to enjoy, salivate, and tease.
Tell the Daleks that you trapped the fugitive in the cell and sent them to Mara on purpose.
We could attribute it to a too efficient security system. The mice couldn't have done that. Doctor! Doctor! Pull yourself together, madam. I want to ask you a few questions.
When the fugitives are captured, report at once.
Yes, but Doctor, what about that transmitter thing? You know, the one with the...
Chen will know precisely where we are. Therefore, the Daleks will attack.
Once again.
An alien device.
But Brett had to be killed.
Brett Fine was my brother.
Come round here.
Pull yourself together, madam.
You! The traitors!
Get on your...
Something touched me.
This is the planet Mara.
You're right, Doctor. They've come.
You are surrounded.
I'm afraid the Daleks have won.
You will come with us.
Actually, I think we've won tonight. That's the truth. So here's a bit more, everybody. The intervening episode, Day of Armageddon, so part 2, was found in 2004 by a former BBC engineer. But this now means, as I keep saying, part 1, 2, and 3 we've now got. All written by Terry Nation, and you've got Nicholas Courtney, you've got Adrienne Hill as Katerina, and you've got Kevin Stoney as Mavic Chen. But the dark and gritty 12-part storyline was ordered to be wiped, and more than half of it remains missing. But gradually, very gradually, we are starting to get them back. I'm glad we haven't got the one where it's the Feast of Stephen, if you don't mind. Peter Harrington, It's a Happy Day. Season 21 imminent, and the movie not long away, and now 2 episodes. Suddenly, it doesn't feel so bad, does it?
It was blooming
We've got
good.
something to celebrate.
Yeah. Lamin here didn't Film is Fabulous originally say that the episodes they found were from an orphan story. The master plan hasn't been an orphan story since the 80s. I can't remember that bit of what they said, but I'll carry on with the news, everybody, while we enjoy. So how did they become the first Lost Doctor episodes to be announced to the world since 2013 with Philip Morris? The work of Leicester Charitable Trust Film is Fabulous is behind what has become the longest gap between lost episodes being uncovered. Many previous lost episodes had been found in archives of TV stations, and that was down, as you know, to Philip Morris, especially Web of Fear, Enemy of the World. But with the Daleks master plan, the story was not sold overseas. Censors in Australia, as Doug was saying, and New Zealand deemed it too violent, and without their buy-in, selling to other markets wasn't profitable. Combined with the move towards colour, the black and white story was thought to have little future value and consigned to the bin. But copies of some episodes were still made by technicians to check for problems which might need to be fixed ahead of pitching the episodes to other markets. Just do this one. It was these versions that made their way to an amateur collection. Professor of Cinema and Television History at Leicester's de Montfort University, Justin Smith, chairman of the trustees at Film is Fabulous, said a debt of gratitude was owed to the anonymous late collector whose films, largely focused on trains and canals, including hundreds of videos, were donated to Film is Fabulous after he died. And if you do go back to October when all this kicked off, and the Film is Fabulous team give an interview to another channel, remember they did say that somebody had just died, and they were just about to negotiate with and it's now made it just a little bit more complicated because somebody's just died. And of course, we were all just saying, give us the news. But of course, don't give us the news, because the tin might say Dalek Master Plan, but it might be top of the pops inside. So you've really got to check everything out. Anyway, I think they've done everything properly, and it's starting to reap dividends. And Doug, you're right. Australia did not get it.
Yeah, I didn't remember it anyway, but I just remember reading it somewhere. So it's extra exciting for me.
Yeah. So lots going on here. Obviously, Film is Fabulous. We travel all over the country to recover film collections from private hands. I mean, when I talked to John from Film is Fabulous, it was around October, November, just on the phone for a little bit, and he talked about they found an old, was it Laurel and Hardy or was it Charlie Chaplin? They found it in a church in Sheffield or something, and he just said they are really trying to find in very interesting places. And of course, then he said, oh, one weekend they had a van full. They have to, I mean, they're doing it all themselves. They're driving around the country. Then they're having to carefully transport stuff, then get it to the university, then the careful cataloguing, because their job is to catalogue for the actual owners. It's not to say here it is to the BBC or ITV. That's a different part. So it is really interesting. These are gems in what was an eclectic and ramshackle collection, a lot of which hadn't been looked after as well as the Doctor Who had.
Oh, good.
The collector did recognise what he had, but how he acquired them has been lost in time, and it's probably best to go, shh, like Tom Baker does. News of the discovery left Peter Purves, 87, tearing up after travelling to Leicester on Wednesday to attend what he believed were going to be it. Oh, I mean, it's to surprise him as well, isn't it? It's yeah. It's almost like This Is Your Life, isn't it? Learning the real reason he'd been lured to the venue with a perfect lie. He said, "I'm speechless. I'm knocked out." And I think it is quite emotional. That. So yeah, my flab has never been so gasted. I've never forgiven the BBC for losing those episodes. It's going to be really nice to get a few royalties. I remember John Pertwee always joking about the royalties.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, why not? I'm not sure I even saw those programs got originally. I remember the story, said Peter Purves, but haven't seen them. The pictures are unfamiliar to me. I didn't remember the first one when I was still almost comatose following the injury I received fighting in Troy in the wonderful Mythmakers, also missing. Oh, it's sinful, isn't it? It really is sinful, this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit dumbstruck tonight, to be honest with you, with it, because I just, when you look at an article and you think to yourself, oh, I've got to double check it in case it's a fake, because there's been so many fake ones over the years. So I was checking it, but then suddenly I saw it, and then it was confirmed elsewhere as well, and I was like, right, that's it. My Hartnell collection. I'm off today, as I said. It's just going to be a marathon of Hartnell Doctor Who stories for me. I'm in the zone now. That's what they've done to me. It's so good. I'm really excited.
Well, I'm so happy for Peter Purves. It's moments like this I wish that some of the other actors who were affiliated with it, who departed recently, were still here to witness it. I'm sorry about that. They should be here.
Yeah, there's a lot of bittersweet going on, isn't there, really? I think. I mean, William Hartnell, I always feel terrible that he never saw the success of the programme he put his career on. The missing footage of Doctor Who, I suppose you're joking about my Carbonista there. Yes, Peter Harrington, if episodes of The Wheel in Space turn up, we could have a Troughton Blu-ray out. Well, we can all wish for that. Peter Harrington, we might as well keep reminding people it's part 1 and part 3 of Dalek Master Plan.
And did you ever think that we would actually be doing a live show saying that?
Never.
No,
I wouldn't have thought
that. I
No,
was happily, in the land of Nod, and and all of a sudden I thought, I don't think I can leave this till morning. I am sorry. So
you wouldn't have slept. You would not have slept.
No. No, this is like the night before Christmas, and you know what you're getting, and you want to get it open. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Blake, isn't episode 1 called The Nightmare Begins? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I put the mission in. Yeah, that was I made months ago. I had a bad head. No, but yeah, you're right. You're right. Steve's AC can't sleep either. No one cares why or how these things ended up there. Just that we have them. I'm milking it, mate. Ezra Goldstein, which 2 Dalek episodes found? Episode 1, Nightmare Begins. Episode 3, Devil's Planet. Terry, I meant to say hi. Good to see you. It's a good time for you, isn't it, Terry? My wife is happy, mostly for me, but all of us. Yeah. Oh well, yeah. It's a good news story. Very rare. You turn on the news, bad news. You turn on anything, bad news. And Doctor Who. Do you want to watch a Christmas special? Not sure. 2 episodes of Dalek. Bring it on. So
yeah.
What else can I tell you about this? Peter Purves was saying it was a difficult time. I won't pretend it was easy. The cast kept changing, and it seemed a bit of a time of flux. In the 2 episodes we've seen, there was a great performance by Nick Courtney. I mean, this is something to look forward to. Yeah. I was concerned very much that he was there as a replacement for me. As it happens, he got killed in episode 4, so bring it on. So we're going to see Nick Courtney. I mean, there's so many nice special moments in this because you've got Nick Courtney in almost his earliest Doctor Who slot, and that's a nice wrap up for fans. I don't
think of the blessing that it was that they killed him off in this episode, so we would get him back later as the Brigadier.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, mind you, you see some of them. What was in Terror of the Zygons? You know, the Broton. What's his? He was the Duke of Argyll or whatever his name.
Yes,
was. But he's always in Doctor Who, you know, and Peter Miles and Michael Wisher. They're in every episode. Peter Purves expects the lost episodes being rediscovered will reignite interest in the early seasons of the show. It was the 4th appearance of the Daleks, and it'll be exciting to fans for a lot of reasons. The fans of Doctor Who are legion, and they seriously love the classic times. I'm astonished these 2 wonderful episodes, 1 and 3, everybody, have finally turned up. So many of my episodes are missing. It's heartbreaking to me. I'm absolutely thrilled, and maybe I'll get quite a few invites to conventions. Peter, I would not worry. I think, Peter, you're going to be fine. Toby Haddock, who lured Purves to the Leicester event, expects the Doctor Who fanbase will be thrilled. Well, hello, yes. You can see from our thread, you can see from everybody here. Dylan is countering Steve. I care how they got there. It could lead to more. I like your thinking, if we can work it out. But I know there's been a few collectors who've died and a few high-up producers who've died. You know, you think of even people like Biddy Baxter and that, and you think... So, yes, it does lead to some good news. So let's just see what else I can entertain you with regarding this. He said it was touching and it was a privilege, said Peter. We never thought we'd see these episodes again. It was a real factory process, no time for post-production or anything like that. People will be thrilled. The thing about Doctor Who is it's a connection to your childhood. I'm a grown man and I've been wishing I could see The Nightmare Begins since I saw the name on a list of missing episodes 30 years ago. Forget Glastonbury. I think if you put on a screening of this tomorrow, it will sell out in seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Peter Purves doesn't tend to do hyperbole or anything. He's not RTD. So to hear him say that The Nightmare Begins is one of his real misses, I can't wait now, John.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I said to you, I'm in excitement overdrive. This is like 2013 again for me, where I literally went on iTunes that night and I downloaded them, and I had work the next day, but I watched The Enemy of the World through, and went to work, came home full of adrenaline and came straight back to it. It was just wonderful. And to get 2 more Dalek episodes to enjoy as well. I mean, you know, I've got to be careful, don't jinx myself, because I'm clearly getting close to wiping out my lucky streak this year. So, you know, I'm at the cusp.
Enjoy it. Andrew Thomas, I am happy to see more Nick Courtney episodes. I really am. I think a lot of the thread are really pleased how they played a blinder with Peter Purves, because I think it's just added to that lovely. It's a lovely moment. Christian, when you see this bit though, and I know you in America, and I know Doug in Australia, this is going to be a bit kind of bittersweet at the moment. A special screening of the 2 episodes organised by Filmers Fabulous with Purves as guest of honour is held in London on the 4th of April.
Wow.
Details of the event are yet to be announced. Well, the chances of any of us getting on it, no. But it will take place on the same day the 2 restored episodes are made available in full on BBC iPlayer. Notice that word, restored.
Yeah.
Time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But Christian, here we go. Episode 1, the one we've been missing, sees the TARDIS landing on the planet Kemble in search of help for the Doctor's injured companion, only to learn the Daleks, are planning with Guardian of the Solar System Mavic Chen to conquer the Earth. So, Christian, the setup.
That's what you need. You need that drives the rest of the story. It's going to pick the interest. In fact, opening episodes are designed to capture interest. You know the general rule in entertainment: you need to capture an audience within the first 5 minutes virtually. Otherwise, they're going to go off to other things. This story sets up so much, and actually, for me, one of my favorite recurring actors of the era is Kevin Stoney. So
Yeah.
seeing him perform is always magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very true. I'm trying to think what else he. Yeah, my head. Oh, he was Shoji as well, wasn't he? Or was that Kevin Lindsay? Brain goes dead.
Can't
It's
remember.
that time in the morning. Yes, but
Yeah. That's. I'm not going to extract that from my brain at this time
I
of
don't
night.
know. I'll probably end up having him as a Sontaran at this rate. Now, Doug, you've seen episode 1 is the setup, and then episode 3, the Dalek has stolen a vital component. The Doctor's stolen a vital component needed for the conquest, but after leaving Kemble, they're forced to land on a penal planet, Desperus, pursued by the Daleks. Which one of those 2 is really getting you going?
Oh, you got to love a penal planet, don't you? I don't
Yeah,
know.
you might find pterodactyl.
I'm just happy to have any of them. Like you were saying earlier, this is an instant childhood flashback. I'm really happy with what we're getting. Obviously, like John, I'm greedy. I'd love to see them all, and I really hope he's right that there's something around the corner. But honestly, I guess maybe if you press me, it's really nice to see an episode 1, see the setup.
I know.
Yeah.
It's because the Dalek, it's notorious Dalek stories. 6 episodes and all the rest of it. You know what happens with Dalek stories. It kind of wanes slightly. I mean, I enjoy them, but ratings wise, and it's well known. Now this 12-parter, which was really milk and Dalek mania, I know, but part 1, it'll be a nice set. Terry Nation does nice setups. It'll be a good setup. So yes, I'm looking forward to this big time. So, of course, this was part of our mini-series. The closest Doctor Who came to a genuine blockbuster was one of the great quotes about this. 3 time machines in one infinitesimal speck of space and time. Of course, a coincidence is possible. Hardly likely, says Mavic Chen. Oh, I mean... So anyway, they're the original dates. The Nightmare Begins, last seen on the 13th of November 1965, and it's now Friday the 13th. Lucky for many of us that we're going to see that back in a few weeks. And the Devil's Planet was shown at the end of 27th of November 1965, but they are now getting very close to being in our clutches again. I can't help but I keep doing this. It's so there you go. So you can see I've got it all set up. So the Nightmare Begins, and then the cliffhanger, because I'm obsessed with everything, as you know. The cliffhanger to the Nightmare Begins is returning to the TARDIS. The Doctor suddenly ducks behind a bush as he notices a group of Daleks attempting to make their way inside. So I just think that's going to sound like a very atmospheric episode. This is going to be a nice setup. And then Devil's Planet finishes with Kirkson emerges from the Spar's airlock and holds Katarina at knife point. Oh, I want to see a bit more of Katerina. I feel as though I've never really, you get a bit of Sarah Kingdom later, but so no, I mean, this is really getting me going now, John. I mean, the more details we're reminding ourselves of, is it reminding you of various bits? You're thinking, yes, we've now got it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm actually tempted as well to put on in the next 24 hours, put on the audio I've got of Master Plan and listen to that, and to just have an excitement to think for all these years where I've listened to the audio, on a Walkman, on a CD player, and now all of a sudden I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I'm now going to see 2 episodes that I never thought I would see instead of just listening to the audio.
Fantastic. You know, it's really sad. I've just realised we emigrated to Australia in 1966, so I was still living in Wales. I bloody did watch this, but I just don't remember it.
You don't. I know. Don't ask me why I'm doing that. I'm trying to, because I lost Doug there. I don't know why I've lost Doug. You're still there. It's just
You can't see me.
Yeah, you can't see me. There you go. There you
Hello.
go.
Yeah, so hello. So I did watch it. I stand corrected. I just can't remember it because I'm old, and I was probably 8 years old at the time. But you know what's weird, and it's probably artificial memories. I do get, when you talk about it, I do get kind of little flashbacks of like Sarah Kingdom and stuff. So yeah.
So there we go on that one.
Yeah.
So we don't have Mission to the Unknown, as you know, but now we get when the Doctor arrives, so to speak. So we get to see how that links up. As you see here, Terry Nation wrote episodes 1 to 5, so we're getting a lot more of his setup before Dennis Spooner takes over. And William Hartnell, it's renowned as given one of his best performances as the Time Lord, from his customary impish monologuing and harumphing irritation to a spot of cards to the chest cleverness, and on more than one occasion utterly haunted helplessness. In episode, so I've got that. The Daleks' master plan is the absolute peak of 1960s Dalek mania, an epic, almost cinematic space opera that feels like Doctor Who trying to be Star Wars 15 years early. I mean, Christian.
Yeah. I can picture that. There's a part of me that wonders why they didn't go ahead and portion it, say, into 3 separate film releases during that time frame. Once it had aired on television, because Dalek Mania was still a big thing, people would have gone to the cinema to watch it, and you could have in the following year released basically three installments.
Sorry to interrupt, but I think there was a plan for a third one, but I can't remember why it didn't happen. But there was actually a plan, and you're absolutely right. It would have been fantastic.
It's the closest Doctor Who ever came in the black and white era to a genuine blockbuster. 12 episodes, multiple planets, The Meddling Monk, Mavic Chen, Christmas. Desperous. Every time I read about Desperous, and I used to joke about the penal planet, and of course, when we had the penal planet of the pteroleptals, I always thought, oh, can we go to that prison planet? Can we please go there, please? I don't know. It fires up my imagination, so I'm actually really intrigued about Desperous now. Seeing Katerina, the start of the chase. There's some great little moments when they jump and they get on ahead, because there's moments in Egypt. There's moments when there's volcanic lava, and they've got to kind of keep moving, don't they? It's absolutely epic in the classic word of it. And there's good old Kevin Stoney, who didn't play who. I got that wrong. I do sometimes. So we'll see if John's coming back or whether something's happened there, because he seemed to disappear. Master Plan is the moment the Daleks stopped being monsters of the week and became a genuine galactic superpower with politics, alliances, and betrayal. Terry Nation finally gives them an empire that feels vast.
That was one of the components that I thought made the story really stand out. We're talking, again, politics, alliances, betrayal, as opposed to the straightforward adventure that you got, for example, when they were introduced. It was an alien world. You did have a different context. But this felt like there was a nice spider web of intrigue that actually spread out and brought the story to greater life, to greater substance. There was more texture. There was more to play with. Brilliant job creating that.
Yeah, I can see SG is excited to see Desperate. It's funny, isn't it, as Doctor Who fans? Sometimes it's the target book or the audio, but there's words, there's names, there's descriptions, and you sometimes just want, and Desperate was one of them, SG. You're the same as me on that one. I really wanted to see that. Tomboy Chick, with these Gale Force winds, I'm surprised Brendan hasn't disappeared. I'm surprised anything's working. Maybe Starlink does work. Obviously, yes, I'm still in the Village of the Damned, but sometimes you might think I'm somewhere else. But yes, looks as though everything's working so far, lads, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, just look at this. As Doctor Who explains to Katerina, we are on our way to another time and another place. There will be many things that are strange to you. Having just been rescued from the ruins of Troy, she's understandably confused. There's another thing, Christian and Doug. You're going to see a new companion when she's taken out of her setting in the Mythmakers, and she's going to be hitting the future. And this is like Leela-esque, isn't it? This is going to be, or Jamie McCrimmon. This is going to be interesting.
Well, how often did they do that in the 60s? And they revisited that approach several times. But for some reason, in the 21st century, they've been very reluctant to pick someone from out of time and make them a companion. And I don't understand the rationale, because I should think that the richness of stories and conflicts, different perceptions, is so much more profound that way.
Yeah. Lamin, the Daleks need their own spin-off, just as Terry Nation always wanted. No Doctor, just unfiltered atrocities across the universe. That's why, Lamin, I'm fascinated with Mission to the Unknown. We haven't found that. It's been well reconstructed, obviously, by the lads in, was it Northwest Lancashire University?
Yeah, it was great.
It was good. It really was good. But what I'm excited about with the episode 1 is that's when the Daleks and the Doctor came in on it, and still goes on to that same planet. I think they find Brian Cant, who was the actor, because he got exterminated at the end of Mission to the Unknown, didn't he? That great shot when he's low down and the Daleks high up looking down at him. Yeah, you've got all that. Whoa. I can't remember now. Did they do a tiny recap from Mission to the Unknown just to join it up? Because it is a kind of standalone episode, isn't it, other than that?
I don't know. I don't remember one.
Tomboy Chick, it always annoys me when they say you can't have a companion from the past because it's too complicated. Well, they've just had Louise Jameson in Australia visiting Sirens of Audio, and there's an example of a character. I know she was from space, but she was a savage, wasn't she? And it was
savage.
Yeah. And Jamie McCrimmon was a really successful one too. Victoria Waterfield was.
Yeah.
Really did work, didn't it?
It really did. Yeah.
Peter Harrington is praying. Well, 12 may turn up just to see Sarah's end. Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Let's go for real drama now. Let's really go for it.
Yeah.
For sheer scale and ambition, Christian, it has never been bettered in Doctor Who. It's the first Doctor's Infinity War.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair assessment. We know that I'm very fond of Troughton and his era, but if you look at the first Doctor's real epic story, 12 parts with the most revered antagonists in the show, at the peak, at the same time of the cultural zeitgeist, with Dalek Mania kicking in high gear. I'm sorry, you just can't do better than that. You can try and revisit it. You can kind of find another plateau that's similar, but it's going to be very hard to recreate that.
Yeah.
It's so ambitious too. So ambitious on such a low budget. I really wish my memory was better, because imagine all the kids in the schoolyards the next day after, I think it was Saturday night, but the following Monday, just raving about what had happened. 12 weeks of Doctor Who, the one story. I know hindsight would say it was too much, but it would have been fabulous.
But you see, this is where TV was different, wasn't it? I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Audiences have changed to a degree and all the rest of it. But of its time, 60s and 70s TV and coming from radio was epic in the fact that it was adventure, boys' own adventure type thing, wasn't it?
Yes.
And it kept changing location. We had Flash Gordon, we had Buck Rogers. You had that kind of sense that 1 minute you're dealing with the clay people, then you're dealing with the, and you keep moving. I used to love all that.
Yeah, same.
You could have actually just wrote episodes forever with Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon, couldn't you? And I think I got a sense of that with the Dalek Master Plan, that it could have actually just kept going. You know, Desperates, Kemble, Vulcan, somewhere else, just keep adding new ones if you wanted to. Terrified Monk, Don't You Sleep, Brendan. I won't be sleeping after this. I am actually going away for one night before I do the big live launch of Sensory. How's that going, Brendan? As I'm live now. Just to remind everybody, at 10 p.m. on Saturday night, Christine will be with us. I'm sure Doug will be watching. It's the BBC Bombshell. My media source.
I'll be watching.
Yeah, my media source. He was telling me bits and bobs. And he suddenly just said to me, blah, 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 and some senior BBC executive said to me, and I'm going, what? I had it on record. What? And right, okay, I'm not. So yes, maybe I don't sleep, Terrified Monk. I'll soon realise tomorrow that I wish I had. New Who Hater. And so, therefore, happy. Excellent news. Some genuine new proper Doctor Who to watch. I know, I have to say. And I think you're right on the adjective. Genuine.
Proper Doctor Who, absolutely.
It wasn't episode 7, so we don't have to talk about that. The Daleks' master plan, said somebody, is 12 episodes of almost heroic padding. By episode 8, you feel like you've aged a decade along with William Hartnell. I did the positive and the negative when I did the focus. But it's the ultimate proof that Terry Nation could write one Dalek story and then just keep stretching it. The plot barely moves for weeks at a time. But it was a different age, Doug, wasn't it? And I do think...
Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to say, yes, all right, if you binge it, yes, it was padding. But we watched it once a week and it was 25 minutes. We didn't see it as padding. We thought, this is another episode of the Daleks and loving it. I know what they're saying, but I call bullcrap on that. It's not padding. It's just 12 weeks of fantastic.
I agree with Doug, because I look at it through this lens. If you were to go back to the 19th century and you're reading Dickens, and so much of the material is so exquisitely detailed, but if you look at it from a narrative point of view, it's considered prose padding because it's so dense. There's so much there while you're creating the world. Well, for this kind of story, you're creating the world. And if you want to enjoy the experience, even if the pacing of the story feels slow by current standards, allow yourself to experience it. Enjoy the ambiance of being totally immersed in that world. Let it unfold at the pace it was designed to. And who knows, maybe you'll discover that you actually have viewing stamina. You can handle something that's longer than a TikTok.
And let's be honest, and I'm not going to ruin this great event, but a comparison sometimes serves well. You know, I've just finished watching, as a lot of you have, Star Trek Fleet Academy. And in those 10 episodes, you do have to say, in 2026 budget, 2026 sci-fi standards, not much was happening. And so when we come back to the Dalek Master Plan, we can say, oh, well, maybe it was too long and padded. But when you think about it, the imagination of Terry Nation and the absolute sense of adventure is something to embrace. And I don't think we got that now. I've just finished watching Star Trek Fleet Academy tonight. So
Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, yeah,
that's the impression it made on you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Star Trek Fleet Academy, something.
Yeah, it was like Saved by the Bell, and it was just so. But you go back to this, and you've got a different planet, and invisible people, and I mean, come on, it fires up the imagination. This is what it's all about.
Yes, you know that. Yeah.
SG's feeling like us. I can't believe I'm watching this and commenting coherently at 3 a.m. on Friday the 13th. I can't believe I am either. I'm apparently live. I might be the very opposite in a minute. Taddy Spider, he's going to bed and he's in America. What the hell's going on here? I'm in the UK. And John Yulden's had a power cut. It's all kicking off now. He's having a Friday the 13th now. Phantom Cat, there's a huge difference between watching it 25 minutes per week as opposed to binging it. It's common for serialized shows to have recap elements. Yeah. And
yes,
it's always got to be allowed. Benign Crinoid, ooh, bit of Seeds of Doom. The plots in modern prestige drama barely move for weeks at a time. They're so busy talking to each other about how proud they are and, I love you. And I feel as I've bonded with you. And you think, oh, get over it. Kill somebody off and get on with it. Oh, dear. So, yes, whatever gets you salivating about old Doctor Who, classic Doctor Who, the missing Doctor Who, I do think this is ticking an awful lot of boxes. Yeah, there's a bit of negativity there. I tried to be fair. Yes, I've got those. Yes. Look at this. It's a fascinating failure. Too long, too silly in places, but possessed of a mad grandeur you can rarely get in television. Sure, well, there you go. And so, yes, we went through. There's the bit that's in the Mission to the Unknown with Brian Cant, the actor. And it's the moment that, he's been trying to send a message, hasn't he? That he's in on the plot. He's found out what they're up to, and they're about to kill him off.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Why is this part of story so important? Well, me and Stefan did discuss this at the time. The first Doctor, Stephen and Katerina, to start with, and this is the first on-screen companion to die on their travels with the Doctor in Part 4.
Yes.
There is a touch of that. Yeah. It's the first appearance of lovely Nick Courtney, and that was mentioned by the thread as well. So this is exciting stuff. And Kevin Stoney, who plays Maverick Chen, is also a key member as he went on to play those people, not what I said. And yes, you'll later on see Peter Butterworth. So basically, you just get seen all this amazing material. I've told you about that. After its initial broadcast, the last people to physically view the main parts of the story were those who were reviewing it for censorship. Isn't that funny, Doug? That the censors actually are in such a privileged position that they actually might watch something and say the rest of Australia can't watch it, but actually
you can't have it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. That really surprised me though, because I thought we were a little bit more lax with our censorship, because I suppose that was more about the 1970s, but that really surprised me when I read that they considered it too violent. Didn't even think to edit it. They just said, no, we're not going to bother.
Yeah. So I suppose I'll just have to round off, Christian, by saying, I cannot believe I'm saying this. I'm going to say it loud and proud one more time. Everybody to embrace, and then we can enjoy going to bed or whatever. 2 Dalek William Hartnell episodes. And of all of the ones you get from the big Dalek master plan, once you find out it's that, you then find out they're the 2 that help you see the whole beginning. I was worried, you see, Christian, about if they found a later one. They may be important, Sarah Kinder might die, but I do like that kind of neatness of getting a thread going.
I think that's really very important. It's satisfying to see the thread from one point to another uninterrupted, if that's how you choose to watch it, and you actually can really immerse yourself more readily. As opposed to a live segment, a recreated segment, an audio segment, an animated segment. Oh, here's another found episode. No, instead you can actually experience it as viewers want to experience it in its entirety. No interruptions.
No interruptions. And I've teased you, and I'll just show you a tiny bit more, just because we can.
I am Zephon.
the thing about this section is I can imagine I'm going to see something like this in episode 1. I'm going to see that setup when they all start to. This is what gets me. Forget Star Wars when you you have the all the kind of delegates from everywhere. Forget Star Trek with its Federation. We can actually really truly see what Doctor Who was trying to do with it, and I love this clip, and I know we're going to get a bit of that in part 1 and part 3. So I'm really looking forward to this kind of setup here. Really am. All the different aliens, all the different species, everybody conniving. The Doctor, he's in on it, so he's got to stay ahead of them, nick a bit, and da-da-da. I just absolutely, it's for a Doctor Who fan. It's not a base under siege. It's not one of those where it's a tiny cast. This is a big cast. I mean, like you said about a low budget, but bloody hell, a low budget. Let's have lots of planets, lots of different characters. They really went for it because, and I know somebody said it in the thread, and I meant to put it up. Hugh Weldon, who was high up in the BBC, his wife loved the Daleks and wanted something like this, so it was almost like a request.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that was true. I remember hearing about that. So everybody, I think we've had that lovely happy moment. I feel as though I should have a cake.
There should be a cake. You'll have to save a cake for Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, yes. I mean, is it right? Okay, you've just had some amazing news, everyone. Enjoy it. Enjoy your Friday the 13th. Enjoy getting excited. Don't spoil it by playing the audio yet. Just watch it later. But maybe I might temper that on Saturday night with the news from what was said behind the scenes.
I can't wait for this.
By a top BBC executive.
You're making me wait.
When it just so happens, it's like I've got spies out there. I should be working for an agency. The Sensory Intelligence. We have the Great Intelligence. I can't remember.
Can I just ask though? Don't spoil it. But are we going to be happy or sad?
You're going to be unhappy. Which is why I was saying, please enjoy this news, because. Okay then, lads, this has been fab, and thank you, the thread. I'm trying my best to really relish it, but I think it's time we hit the pillow. So everybody, enjoy the happy news. I think like Christmas Eve, you're not going to sleep now, everybody, but you're going to be so fixated. I've been dying to do this. I don't care what time it is in the morning here, because as a Doctor Who fan, and because we've built a community on the Sensphere, I wanted to share it, because if I can't share this moment, why am I doing it? This is what
Isn't it lovely though? Isn't it lovely? We're all men of a certain age, and it is like Christmas Eve. It's like magical, and that's so wonderful that something like this can still instill those kind of emotions in, 3 cynical older men, and we're just like kids all over again. I cannot wait to see these. I really cannot wait.
Yeah.
Same.
There you go, everybody. Isn't that nice? For once, Doctor Who fans go to bed happy. Who'd have thought? Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, folks.